Hello and a warm welcome to the TNC Podcast, your go-to Norwich City listen following the ups and more likely the downs of the Canaries.
Cheers, old boy.
Good to see you.
Welcome back to the pain train.
Absolutely.
Come on board.
We got off for a little while.
Yeah,
and
we did.
It was great.
Yeah,
we got to
nice.
see the landscapes of Winds at Carrow Road, and it was sunny and everyone was smiling. And now we've got back on and there's no seat.
Do you remember the last
We're
podcast? What was it? What was your title? Something like Time for Heroes or something like that. And it's true, like a massive opportunity last week to become heroes. Away at Ellen Road, away at Anfield. And unfortunately, the boys went up to it.
It felt like a really big week, didn't it? And it was the first time since we were probably in the Premier League. You forget just how much of a spotlight is on the Premier League and how much different the kind of coverage is around Norwich when you're not in the Premier League. You know, when we're at home to sort of Rotherham on a Wednesday night, no one really cares. When you're at Anfield, everyone seems to care. It's weird hearing sort of Laura Woods speak about Borja Sainz and stuff. But last week felt big. Leeds was probably, barring Ipswich, the first game I was properly nervous for this season and felt a real energy. And that didn't quite work out. And then Liverpool, I went into very much complacent, not wanting to lose, but expecting to lose. And the outcome of losing is we're out of the cup. More concentration on the league. I'm fine with that.
Should we start with Leeds?
Well, let's start actually with an award winner.
Oh, go on.
And you're probably thinking, has Johnny Rowe won Player of the Month? Has David Wagner won Manager of the Month? You'd be wrong on both. Winner of the, and this is very impressive. Let me just. So Simon Wingfield is one of our proud sponsors, and is just an all-round great guy. You'll see
boy.
You'll see Wingfield Consultants on the start and end of our videos.
Wingers.
And we've chatted about him before. And in the week we got a WhatsApp from him, and usually when Wingy WhatsApps us, it's about Norwich City.
Yeah.
I saw that an image had been sent from him. This is very exciting. And the email reads this: "Congratulations, Simon. You have won Business Consultancy Firm of the Year."
Wow.
Simon Wingfield of Wingfield Consultancy has won the Corporate Livewire Global Consultancy Business Firm of the Year. This guy is a global award winner. Now, we talk about getting great sponsors on board. I mean,
Only the best sponsor, TNC.
I mean, that's incredible.
Well done, wingers.
Wingfield Consultancy.
Up the wingers.
If you if you own kind of a food or beverage business and you need some consultancy, he's the man for you.
He is the man.
And I'm sure he'll sort you a good rate if you're a Norwich fan as well.
Fantastic. Well, I'm pleased that Wingers has won. Unfortunately, Norwich haven't won.
Absolutely. Should we talk about Leeds?
I think we should, because I can see two sides of the coin on this, Jack. One is that...
Are we starting positive or negative?
I'll start negative. One is that we went to Ellen Road and we only had one shot on target.
I mean, that kind of tells a story.
And perhaps to add on to that, couple of glorious chances. The big chance, I think it's a sitter, is Sarah from, I think it was 6 yards out.
I think you're being a little harsh.
No, I don't. And I think most people will agree with me. Gabby Sarah is unbelievable. I love the guy to bits. He's a top man and a top player. But that was a sitter. And he'll know that.
Do you want me to tell you why I don't think it was a sitter?
But also, no, I don't. I don't care about your opinion. But also, Kenny had a great chance as well. And
are we calling that a sitter? Or are we going to be fair about it?
No. That wasn't a sitter.
Right,
that wasn't a sitter. But I also felt that Adam probably could have done better with the chance in the second half. Fantastic surging run from Anel Hernandez. Tease him up an absolute treat. He just couldn't quite get out of his feet. Again, I think if he's had more game time, he's got more confidence, I think he probably manages to get a shot away sooner. So yeah, disappointing.
I think that all chances on another day could have been scored. I don't think that any of them were sitters, but yes, good chances, I'll give you that.
How can you not say that Sarah
chance is sitter? So the cross comes in from Stacey.
Yes.
Sarah's at the back post,
yes.
And he's expecting it to be cleared away by the header. The chap, I can't remember the defender, gets a head on it, it takes a slight deflection, and it falls to a bit different angle to what he's expecting. And then, not only has he got to beat the keeper, But there's a defender a foot in front of him.
Mate, I think
so if he gets it on target, he hits the defender.
You've got your Sarah shades on there, I'm afraid.
Well, maybe I'm trying to sell the mugs, but look,
what? No. Look, we've praised him lots, but he should have done better. You're saying he didn't expect it. Expect it. Like, what you've done there is, you know, when I defended Dimmy's blatant red card the other week, which was complete nonsense from me. You've just done the exact same thing for
What
Gary
I would
Sarah.
say is, look, all of the chances on another day could and maybe should have been scored.
Yes.
You can't go to Ellen Road and have 3 half chances and expect to get something.
I
We
agree.
didn't create enough.
I agree. But what I would say, and this is my point earlier, Jack, about the other side of the coin, is actually, I looked at us and I thought, do you know what? We didn't get trounced.
No.
And with that attacking lineup that Leeds have got, they haven't lost a home game all season. You have to sometimes acknowledge that, you know, actually it was stacked against us. And to play in the way that we did was probably the best that we could do. And it's just a shame that we didn't have that cutting edge to take our chances. But overall, I still felt that we were in it. And I don't know, maybe it's sad that maybe people are shouting and screaming at me now, Jack, listening and watching to this, because they'll be saying, where have your standards gone, Chris? Yeah. Like, why are you content with a 1-0 loss? And I think I have to admit that is where my standards have gone. I'm like, actually, do you know what? Yeah, going away to Leeds with this current coaching thing going on, with the players playing so inconsistently, for me, I thought that we did okay. And actually, you have to praise them for staying in the game. We did, on the whole, we defended really well. It was just, again, and we did this against Liverpool, by the way, so maybe a nice opportunity to move on potentially. We didn't shut down the cross. And this, for me, Jack, is a coaching issue. Yeah. Because it's so odd. Like, how many goals have we conceded this season, Jack, because we haven't stopped the cross? And it's not like one of those ones where, you know, it's a masterful bit of play, you know, like where they've like taken a player on the edge of the box, you know, quick feet, maybe a Ronnie, what does he call it? A Ronnie flip-flop? Whatever you call it.
I thought you were talking about O'Sullivan then.
It's, you know, it's just...
I think it's a flip-flap, not a flip-flop.
Sorry, well, I prefer flip-flop rather than a flip-flap. But no, look, I just feel like that's a pretty basic thing,
yeah, and I think both... Look, I think Stacey, you know, you knew, listen, we can even add McCallum into the mix. I think on the whole have been pretty decent this season, but you're right. They are slow to engage in crossing areas. Particularly McCallum. I'm screaming when I'm watching him in the Barclays. He's just going, shut the cross down.
But actually, I want to take some of the heat away from those defensive boys, because actually, there's 3 other players that haven't stopped crosses this season. Anel, looking at you, Gabby Sarah, and my favourite player at the moment, Borja Sainz as well. You know, so actually, it's not just on the defence to stop the cross. The midfielders have to be able to do that as well. And I don't know why that's a reoccurring issue, because to me that seems a pretty basic thing.
What I would say about Leeds, and you mentioned it briefly, the fact that we stayed in the game and we kept it at 1-0 was really pleasing for me, because you've always got an opportunity then. If we'd have conceded 2 or 3, we saw, you know, Ipswich go to Ellen Road, and you know, we can laugh at Ipswich all we like, but they're been one of the best teams in this division this season. They tried to go there and play wide open. They got absolutely thumped. So the fact that we stayed in it and we were competitive, I thought we were much better in the second half than we were the first. It was a one-sided battle in that first half. I just think, you know, I watched it and I thought, actually, coaching-wise, it was okay. Substitutions were okay. I spoke to a couple of neutrals that were at the game, and they just said there was just a difference in quality. And to be fair, you've got Ruta, who they paid 36 million quid for.
What a player, by the way.
Great player, but 40 million quid.
Yeah, but what a player.
So there is going to be difference in levels. Yes. And I think actually Leeds was one of those games where I was happy to go. They put in a shift. The setup was good. We lacked quality. Yeah. They're not the games that are going to get you in the playoffs.
Agreed. I just felt my conclusive thoughts on the Leeds game were, it just sums up our season. We do have the ability to, you know, narrowly lose. We do have the ability to narrowly win if we've taken those fortunate 1, 2, 3 chances in other games this season. It's the old adage, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Who said that? Was it Gandhi?
No. It's Gattuso said that, you know. And that is Norwich, isn't it? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. It's true, isn't it?
Very true.
It's true.
You're quite chirpy today.
I don't know why.
No, I don't.
I just think... I think I'm at the point where I'm choosing to be chirpy because if not, I will drag through this season like a cold bag of shit.
Yeah.
Because it's still really stodgy.
Well,
and it's so frustrating, isn't it?
At least we've had a really exciting January transfer window. We'll get onto that later. We
Liverpool.
spent our Sunday watching Liverpool.
Let's move on to the
And
next
I must
torture.
say, with every day that passed in the start of this week, I was going, oh, just imagine. And then bloody Jurgen Klopp announced that bombshell. So we were supposed to be doing an opposition preview with Redmen TV. Love those boys. And I was actually just about to get into the shower, and I saw a notification come through from Steve, who I was meant to be doing the preview with, and it said, got to cancel, lads. Big news. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe Salah's being ruled out for the season, or I don't know, Darwin Núñez has finally hit the target. And I'm Jurgen Klopp is leaving. I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sake, if there's going to be something that fires those players up and those fans, it's that. And from that moment on, I thought, boy, this is going to be a long afternoon. And then I see that Rowe's injured, Sargent's not starting, or neither's Angus Gunn.
Yeah.
And I genuinely debated not watching it. I thought, well, what's the point?
Well, again, maybe let's try to put a bit of a positive in here, maybe. Or everything is stacked against us. It felt very... do you remember the Man City at home? Of course you do. Man City at home when we had all of those injuries.
I know my memory's bad, but I'm not going to forget that.
Everything was against us. And it felt like everything was against us going to that Liverpool game as well, to be fair. As you say, Johnny out, Angus. To be fair, George Long, what a double save.
Yeah, played well. 29 shots, only netting 5, not bad.
What a double save.
He was good, actually.
And
actually, in the FA Cup, he's been good because he was good against Bristol Rovers.
And the defence, and George Long was not at fault for any of those 5 goals, Jack Reeve.
Was the first.
No, he wasn't. That is bollocks from you.
It's not.
It's bollocks. I'm going to say it to your face. It's bollocks.
If you want to be negative about Gabriel Sara, then let me be justifiably negative.
No, wait.
Negative
That
about
first goal is not George Long's fault. If you think that's his fault, you should retire from hosting this podcast.
Gunn would have saved it. Love you, George.
Anyway, what was my point? You've put me off there.
Probably something nonsensical.
Liverpool.
Everything was
against us. But do you know what really boiled my piss, Jack? Away from the game itself. Right?
Away from the game.
Away from the game itself. The coverage absolutely boiled my piss. Okay, there are 2 teams playing, and everything was about Liverpool. And do you know what?
Well, they were the story.
Do you know what?
Here,
I got no. Bugger off.
They were the story.
Bugger off.
And also, they didn't have the lead-up time because the Wolves and West Brom were getting a bit aggy with each other.
Look, the story is fine. What's not fine is the first half's finished, okay, and they're showing the highlights from the first half, yeah? There's 3 goals, and obviously you would choose to play the Liverpool goal and a Norwich goal. But they chose both of the Liverpool goals. And do you know what's boiled my piss even more? I made a point about it on social media, obviously. And I had a couple of, the classic plastics that came out of the woodwork for me, anonymous profile pictures saying, oh, you would say that, Chris, wouldn't you? Because it's not your, or they just needed to go to the ad break. Well, just even it up. You don't need 2 Liverpool goals. And so, do you know what was bloody brilliant? Bloody brilliant. Borja's Sainz screamer. Borja's banger. Yeah?
There's your hashtag.
Yeah, stick that in your Liverpool highlights, ITV. Stick that right in your Liverpool highlights. And even after that, they didn't show the bloody replay. Honestly, ITV should be ashamed of themselves.
If you're watching at home, and we've had a few fun hashtags, hashtag Borja Banger is this week.
Okay, that's this week.
Hashtag Borja Banger. I think you're being harsh on the ITV producers.
Don't. I know what you're trying to do.
What do you want? A compilation of Wagner's best bits or something? What do you want to see?
I don't. God, right, let me contain myself here. I just want it to be even. I know that Klopp was the story. I know it was Anfield.
There weren't any highlights for Norwich.
Piss off. We scored 2 goals and they were good goals. One is, the David versus Goliath, Gibbo with his shoulder, his first goal ever for the club. By the way, big up Ben Gibson.
Yeah, lovely moment.
had a really, really tough time of late and has obviously opened up on that now publicly. And obviously our thoughts go to him and his family for going through that. So I was bloody delighted that Ben Gibson got that goal, his first goal for Norwich in front of the Kop.
I couldn't believe that was his first goal.
It was brilliant. I was buzzing. And I love, by the way,
that Ben Gibson scored for us before.
And by the way, Gibbo, you need to work on your cello, sunshine. He didn't even know what to do, did he? But the smile on his face was just brilliant to see. So well done, Ben Gibson. That was great to see. But my point is, it was just the Liverpool show, and that is just that. This is what pisses me off about what modern football has become. This soulless sack of shit where we all just surrender to the greedy six that tried leaving us for the bloody Super League. Yeah. They've forgotten what's important about the football pyramid. Yeah. It's the hearty clubs like Norwich.
They need to give little clubs like us a bit more airtime.
Well, just a little bit. That's all I ask for.
Look, the Gibson goal, I thought that was my favourite moment.
Yeah,
you know, he's obviously gone through a really difficult time and still is to an extent. And I actually think since his reintroduction back into the side has been really good.
Yeah.
So loved seeing that goal. That gave us hope for 6 minutes. And
it was a lovely 5 minutes.
Look, Liverpool. Look, if Liverpool are relentless.
Mate, I thought it was on.
For 6 minutes.
Mate, honestly, when Gibbo got the equaliser, I thought, iconic winning.
The thing I'm most confused about, Chris, look, we're best mates, and I don't think we'd ever try and screw each other over.
Don't know about that.
Jurgen Klopp and David Wagner are supposed to be best friends. Okay?
I know what you're going to say.
And he's spoken highly about him.
Yeah.
If I'm David Wagner,
and
I'm without my 3 best players, and I'm already 4-1 down, what's one thing I don't want my best mate to do? That is bring on Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and whoever else. It was stupid.
It's a funky old friendship, isn't it, Jack? Because David Wagner was very muted for our goals.
Well, he might as well have just been Jurgen's assistant.
Yeah.
He was hugging him after the 5th.
Well, no. And I need to make a point of this because a lot of this has annoyed a lot of Norwich fans.
Just put your Liverpool tracksuit on, David.
No. Naughty. Jurgen went over to David as a sign of consolation, right? It wasn't David hugging him. It was unfortunate. It wasn't. But what I would say
if you're the Liverpool manager and I'm the Norwich manager and you've just pumped me 5-2,
yes,
I am not hugging you.
Yeah, no,
I'm pushing you away.
Yeah, no, I would as well. But they're best mates, right? But
I don't care.
But all I'm saying is it's a bit of a funky friendship because you've brought on 3 absolute animals to absolutely try and trounce us.
We were already dead.
Yeah, we were already dead, Jurgen.
Stop kicking us.
Yeah, we don't need to be... That's it. We were done.
The Borja banger, though, needs to be talked about.
So, the Borja banger was...
banging.
Absolutely sublime. I loved it. And, again, it sounds weird to praise and also not at the same time. But it also frustrated me, Jack, because this is a player that earlier this season we were sitting on. We weren't giving him the most game time that he absolutely should have been given. This is a ridiculously talented player. I've said it from day dot and I will say it again. He is probably up there with Gabby in terms of our most talented player, alongside obviously Johnny Rowe maybe as well.
He's very good.
Borja Sainz, believe the hype. What a goal. And to be able to do that at Anfield, right? He just had a go. I love a player that just has a go, and I posted this on my socials as well. I love his tenacity.
Yeah.
I love his energy, his pressing, his vision. I love the spice. I love the fact that against the opposition, he's kicking at the heels. Yeah. He's nipping away at you. He's pulling your shirt. Yeah, he's probably swearing at you in Spanish as well. Fine. Borja Sainz, what a boy. And I just wish that we'd given him more game time sooner because he was ready. Yes, there was a little bit of an injury, but then he was ready and we weren't playing him. And that for me,
was he Stuart at the signing?
Yes.
Well, fair play. Let's give Stuart a mention.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you sat at home, Stuart. I wonder what Stuart's up to nowadays. Training for the Everest?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's on the treadmill training and he's got the TNC podcast on.
I've got this vision of him in the pool,
In the what?
In the pool.
Oh, right.
What did you think I said?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I've got this vision of him in the pool with his feet up, smoking a cigar with Everest in the background, just sort of watching Norwich City explode.
You know what I think he's doing? I think life's a lot more dull for him. I reckon Zoe's got him doing like the Waitrose shop and sort of taking the kids to school, and he's going.
Oh, maybe. Well, he doesn't need to work, does he?
Just pushing the trolley around Waitrose.
Let's not talk about
the yellow
Stuart. Come on.
stickers.
Let's not talk about Stuart. Come on, hit me. What's next?
No,
You can't be too.
I'm not doubt.
No,
And
this is it. And I'm saying this to myself. Yes, I am frustrated.
Can I just stop you a second?
Go on.
There's been a pattern in this podcast. You've started arguing with yourself.
Jack, I need help.
I'm not even talking,
Jack,
and you're arguing.
Yeah. And do you know what? It's because this is what this Norwich City season has done to me. I'm a man that needs help, and I suspect that many other Norwich fans will be the
What's
same.
your issue?
My issue is that
You don't know what your issue is.
I'm arguing with myself because I said it after the game. I had a mixture of emotions, right? It is Liverpool. I know they're in a different universe, but at the same time I felt, bloody hell, boys, if you'd done the basics, if David Wagner had played his strongest team, if we'd just believed and had a go, and there was just, I know people call me a passion merchant and all that, but I don't care. I think it's important. I can't remember a single foul. Take him out. Don't let him pass you. Kick him. Get the yellow card.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt we were I felt like we turned up to Liverpool and we went, oh, Liverpool, you're so amazing. You're so much better than us. Oh, Jurgen, we love you, Jurgen. Like, I just felt like we were there to just partake.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I just, and this is just through, and I'm frustrated because I do believe in this group of players. I just think this group of players have got the ability to perform very, very well. And I just felt like we surrendered it somewhat at Liverpool. And I know they're in a different universe, and I know it's only the cup. So my argument with myself is, although I'm frustrated, I need to get over it because the league is obviously way more important.
It was weird because, look, some of the defending was poor, but I do take the mindset of when you're defending that much, like a mistake will creep in. Liverpool had so much of the ball. They had 29 shots. They have some of the best players in the world. It's almost like I mentioned to you, Chris, I've started playing five-a-side again. It's this great group of lads, good quality. And there's this one lad who's often on the opposition.
What position do you play? Left back in the changing room?
Basically, sort of just sat on the edge. But there's this one lad who has such quick feet, he's quick, and I often play in defence. And whenever he gets the ball, I take a deep breath and I go, here we go again. Because I know I'm not winning the battle. Yeah. But you just have to try. And that's how I felt about sort of watching Jack Stacey against Nunes. I'm going, he was probably going, here we go
Jack,
again.
I know where you're coming from, but actually I disagree with you because...
What should I be doing?
No. Away from your analogy. It was a great analogy, but it's not appropriate for this Liverpool game.
Right.
We were so wasteful in possession.
Yeah, we were.
It was
but
negligent.
That happens when the press is so
Jack,
good.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't a Liverpool masterclass. I was watching some of the people, what they were saying on social media. Oh, this Liverpool team is so much blah, blah, blah. I know they are, but we literally just bent over and went, come on, Liverpool, have it. Well, we did, didn't we? Because we were so wasteful in possession. We couldn't string 4 or 5 passes together, Jack. No. That's not Liverpool being amazing.
Well, maybe that's why we didn't get any highlights.
Let's move on.
Twitter questions?
Yeah.
Right, always a pleasure to look at our Twitter questions. Actually, not always a pleasure. Sometimes a chore if they're negative.
Yes.
Let's start with Jack Wright, and I must say, Chris, you know Jack, friend of the channel. Gabby Sarah t-shirt. Johnny Rowe t-shirt, Gabby Sarah mug, live on Odds Checker. Got George Ellick, of course, host of Not the Top 20 to drink his tea. I suspect green tea.
Yeah.
Is George out of the mug. So hello to Jack. He says, I may have missed it, but appeared zero celebration / joy from Wagner at either goal. If so, horrific signal to send out. An equaliser and a stunning strike from a real diamond who's such an exciting bums off seat talent. Showed we have the attacking talent to trouble the best out there. What did you make of that?
I think it's one of those ones, Jack, where it's not actually that. I don't think it's that much of an issue, but I think it's being highlighted more because of what we've had to endure this season. I think if we're winning games of football, we're playing exciting stuff, we're in the playoffs and we're in with a shout, you probably look at that and you go, well, he's Jurgen's best mate, that's all right. But now, a few Norwich fans are saying, well, actually, no, hang on a minute, yeah, what's going on there?
If
don't know.
my team had just scored a goal against my best mate's team, I'd doubly celebrate.
Yeah, I'd be
Have some of that.
Like if say I was playing your team, I would be in your. I'd be in your face.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like laughing in your face, looking up and down, laughing at you. I would. I'd be wanting. I'd be trying to get you sent off.
Yeah.
You
know the
maybe that sums up what me and Jack are like as characters.
the reason I think that he didn't celebrate is much. So the Gibson goal was brilliant and I loved it, and it was a great moment because of Gibson's story of recent weeks and times. I loved it, but I didn't really celebrate because I knew what was coming in the preceding sort of 10 minutes.
That's sad. Are you really at that point? That scares me.
Well, I wasn't off my seat.
I can't believe you've just said that.
It was more of a.
We've just scored an equaliser at Anfield, and you're saying you don't want to celebrate.
No, I didn't say I didn't want to celebrate.
You did.
My natural reaction, I went, go on, Gibson, get in there. I did that, right? I was sat on the sofa. I think I just finished. I had an egg mayonnaise roll and some crisps. And I went, go on, Gibbo. But I wasn't off my seat cheering because I knew we were about to concede another 4.
Why not? Dare to
Well,
dream.
what were you doing then?
Where's your passion gone? I tell you what I did. Yeah? I ran round the house.
you
I
didn't.
ran outside. You can ask
That
my good
is
lady.
nonsense.
I ran outside and went, come on!
You ran outside.
I ran outside. Where's your passion gone? Where has your passion gone?
No wonder the neighbours think you're a complete loon.
I don't care.
Right, another
I
question.
love my football club.
No, I didn't.
You
say
clearly don't.
Right. Maybe when you were running around outside, that was when they showed the Norwich goals in the highlights. Are we going to have another question?
Yeah, go on then. Oh yeah, I've got a question for you.
You've got to pull your weight here as well.
Statement from JP, I'm calling him, Jonathan Parker. Hello, JP.
JP, great name.
It's a statement. Under Farker, young players were brought through, encouraged, trusted, and as such, they flourished and we reaped the benefits. Oh, this reads really well, JP. Now the changing room door might as well read youngsters keep out. For a self-funding club, this will only cost us long term. Jack, I really was quite keen to bring this point up from JP, and by the way, many others in these questions are raising this point as well. There seems to be a growing momentum around the conversation of the lack of opportunities given to the youth because of the recent couple of cup games. Obviously, the replay, yes, that's right, replay at Bristol Rovers. We went for experienced players. We didn't really give an opportunity to the youngsters. And there's been opportunities where we've put 2 goalkeepers on the bench, and I do you know what, JP? I don't know the answer to that. I don't understand why, and I think it's really sad because I do look at the youth teams and I think there's some really good bloody players in there.
Yeah, I think even more so with the under 21s had played away at Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Yes.
I think it was the evening before. So the squad's already up there.
Yeah.
I think the 2 keepers. Just take one of the keepers out and put Big Ken on the bench. Do we need Premoswap Borja on the bench? I mean, is Premoswap Borja going to come off the bench at Anfield and make a difference?
Respectfully, no.
Right, so let's stick a young lad on there.
Yes.
Maybe Wagner has watched too much Alan Hansen, and maybe he thinks that you can't win anything with kids. I think it's a great opportunity in a game like this, where realistically we're never going to win, and the options off the bench are no better than our young lads. Stick them on the bench, give them a nice day out, and enjoy Anfield.
But at the same time, Jack, I feel like. And yeah, maybe this is me. I feel like just because of this endured limbo land without knowing where we're going, I do feel like we are just finding any excuse to hit them with any sort of stick, right? And that is one of them, because you could then also argue that if you play more youngsters at Anfield, we get absolutely trounced, and maybe it does so much damage to their confidence that. So I don't know. Maybe you could say, in terms of the starting lineup, I think that it was probably okay, but it was that bench the way you thought, oh come on, David, that's a bit.
Yeah, and I think the only reason people have picked up on this is because we've got a man in Ben Napper who's gone, I want to lower the age profile of the squad.
Yeah.
We're going to have an exciting January transfer window. Neither of those things have happened. I'm literally just going off quotes here.
And I feel like
that's
a broken
why people
record.
are picking up on it.
And I don't blame them. Couple of quick fires, well, actually a few quick fires. Actually, I'm going to do 3 on the big boy Borja. Don't forget, by the way, #Borja's banger is the hashtag for this TNC podcast. So share it on your X account, on your Instagram accounts, and I will share all of them as a thanks for your support. Anyway, quick firing on
right,
these
John
things.
McNamara, starting to think that you might be related to John McNamara.
Right, what's he saying?
Oh, but this guy sounds interesting, by the way.
Hang on. I've got some quick fires.
Yeah,
Jamie Everson, is yours related to Borja Sainz?
No.
Right. Jamie Everson's statement, Borja Sainz.
Is that it?
Chris Kemp.
You have just interrupted
Statement and rave, Borja Sainz. That's all, folks. Norfolk Pool. Remember, everyone knows Norfolk Pool now.
I forget Norfolk Pool.
Quickly becoming an illustrious name within the TNC podcast community. Statement, Borja Sainz. Borja is a Spanish name meaning small... Hang on. He's done it again. He's done it again. Norfolk Pool. Statement, Borja Sainz. Borja is a Spanish name meaning small battle glory. Those with the name Borja are strong and captivating, bringing with them an aura of comfort and power to any pitch they walk onto. What a player, what a man, #still laughing at Ipswich. I mean, Norfolk Pool, again, I do need to challenge you on this. If this is correct, the Borja's name translates to small battle glory.
I think, look, Norfolk Pool at this point could say anything and we believe it. That seems too much of that does seem genuine.
I don't know.
So just read me through what it means.
It just means small battle glory.
Yeah, and then what's the bit after
Those
that?
with the name Borja are strong and captivating, bringing with them an aura of comfort and any power to any pitch they walk onto.
I mean, yeah, spot on.
Fine, take it. Anyway, you rudely interrupted me earlier to ask a question.
Well, it's a question that you'll agree with, and it comes in from John McNamara. And this is how John's Twitter bio reads, and I just think he'd be a great guy to have a pint with.
Okay, cool.
Norwich City season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Loves Serie A, AS Roma and Napoli, Subbuteo, beer and crime novels. I mean, he's just got everything going on.
The kind of guy that you want in your pub quiz team.
Oh, God, yeah.
Just so cultured.
Yeah. Anyway, John says, TV has a predetermined narrative which colours the game. The Klopp love-in saw the best goal, Sainz, downplayed, the best double save of the weekend, an unlucky miss. Only Reds goals shown at half-time. We played well and refused to hoof it. Wagner and the lads deserve credit.
I'm not the only one. Other people noticed it. There you go. DRG. Friend of the channel, actually, old Dan Greengrass's rant. Norwich continue to get some results, but on the ball we are abysmal. Next season, without Sarah and Rowe, it's going to get worse. I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Can you boys shed any positivity that us fans could hold on to? No, we might be able to.
Look, I've been, for a couple of weeks, just for mental sanity, I've been forgetting about next season. And I'm just going to try and enjoy beating Bristol Rovers, beating West Brom. And I'm going to take comfort in that. Next season really concerns me.
The thing is, I can't mitigate, I can't positively challenge, I can't argue against that negativity, that scepticism, Jack, because obviously, for the reasons that we've outlined in previous podcasts, we're still not hearing what the plan is, where we're going, why we're doing it, what we're trying to achieve. There's mixed messages around the transfer window about it being exciting, yet we've not signed anyone. The list goes on. So Dan Greengrass.
Well,
try and give it positive.
Right, I think in Ben Napper's head, this is the ideal.
Go on.
Okay, summer comes along. We finished maybe 7th, right? And we've had a positive end to the season. And the summer looks something like this. We're going to have to admit, we're going to sell Rome, we're going to sell Sarah, maybe Gunn, hopefully Gunn and Sargent stay. So let's say from Rowe and Sarah, we pick up a combined 40 million quid. And I think that's at the low end.
Okay.
I'm hoping that's at the low end.
Okay.
With that money, we reinvest it really well in playing talent.
Pause. You ain't going to get 40 million quid up front, sunshine.
For both of them.
Yeah, you're just not going to get that up front because it'll be in
Well,
instalments.
okay. Let's take the small little detail out of it.
No, let's keep the detail in, Jack, because you're about to say we've got 40 million quid to play with, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm saying the majority of that cash, because obviously Atanasio is going to put a few little pennies in. We're going to reinvest that really well.
If you're listening, Mike, please.
What's also going to happen is we're going to relieve David Wagner of his duties, and we're going to bring in an exciting young manager that played great football, a bit of an unknown, something to prove, hits the ground running. So we've got a revitalised squad, we've got a manager that's capable, and we're going to hit next season with all the teams coming down aren't as good, so the league's going to be a little bit weaker. We're going to be bloody brilliant next season. That's the ideal.
I love that from you. You are completely guessing though, which is it's desperate hope and belief,
It's a dream.
which I love. Yeah, no, which I love. But then this is why I totally understand why Norwich fans are frustrated. And linked to that is the Bridget. She's asked us a question: what the actual fuck is the future strategy? And you can't blame her for asking that question, can you?
I think you've added in the expletive there.
Well, WTF is what it says, Jack.
What the actual?
Yeah, well, that's what I said, isn't it? So
The Bridget. Yeah, no, you did say that. I thought that said what.
Sorry,
what was the question?
Respect.
What was the question?
Well, no. She's just questioning the future strategy.
Well, I don't know, Bridget.
I'm agreeing with
Look, I thought the January strategy was to lower the age profile of the squad and have an exciting one, and that's not happened.
No one knows the strategy apart from people internally at the football club.
Well,
and
I don't think they know the strategy.
And that's okay, but the risk is they will continue to frustrate supporters. KWLOTBC says, Rants, stop giving the ball away, especially in dangerous areas. We've mentioned that already. It's painful. It's a reoccurring theme.
This is a good question, and it's a positive.
Good.
Comes in from Roro.
Roro?
Yep. Ha! At least we didn't lose to a team miles below us. Maidstone United. Have you seen who their next game is against?
Yes!
Punjab United. And I think it's in the Essex County Cup.
Oh my God.
Maidstone.
Do you know what? That was lovely to bathe in, wasn't it?
George Ellacobi's Maidstone United.
Oh, they're so shit.
They're up for the cup.
I tell you what, they look like a decent outfit, don't they? Old Maidstone United. Could you imagine? This is it, right? We've lost to Leeds, we've lost to Liverpool away, but imagine losing at home to Maidstone United. I didn't even know they existed until that game. Honestly, I had no idea that club was even a club until they played the scum. I had absolutely no clue.
Well, you also didn't know that Sammy Schmodix was a player.
Look, utterly hilarious.
Yeah.
And Norwich fans should allow themselves to revel in the joy of them getting absolutely battered at home by Maidstone. By the way, the Stones. That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking.
Did you see the Maidstone fan that fell off the roof?
I did. Yeah, and look, Norwich fans have been dancing on the shanty roof in between the upper and lower tier at Portaloo Road for many a year. But that one, it didn't end well, did it?
Yeah, he's just launched himself off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally had a day to remember.
But let's be honest, Jack. If you were a Maidstone United supporter, you would do the same.
Fair play.
Yeah, fair play.
To the Stones.
What league are they? As in, like,
I think they're National League.
Weren't they 92 places below Ipswich or something like that?
They're National League something.
I mean, I mean, they're all going to have other jobs, aren't they? That's an absolute shambles. And they were playing a really strong team as well.
Yeah, and best of luck to the Stones against Punjab United this week.
I think this looks like the wheels coming off the bus.
Do you? Oh, let us not talk that.
No, I do. Losing at home to Maidstone United. Oh, come on. Do you remember when we lost at home to Luton?
Yeah.
Not as bad as Maidstone United. That is awful. I mean, come on. You couldn't believe it, could you? Did you see old George the gaffer? Yeah. A rousing speech pre-match.
Well, yeah, outside huddling the fans together.
Maybe bring him in at Norwich. Could he be the future? Could you bring him in?
Vengo bus driver Terry.
Oh, here he is.
Oi, oi, Savaloy up a nodge, bin the blues. Statement. Sainz would be some player under a competent manager. Agreed. Question. Is Wagner strangling off the youth path to the first team? And can we afford our next generation of talent to leave for opportunities elsewhere? Well, look, we've already seen Alex Matos leave. It looks like Ken Aboa, Big Ken.
What were you about to say?
Will be leaving as well.
Where have you got that from?
Well, he's been linked with lots of moves and his contract's up very soon.
He looks like he's going to leave.
Yeah.
You've got absolutely no intel on that whatsoever.
I've seen literally the reports linking him elsewhere.
Where are the reports from?
From the Pinken.
Okay. So you're sure that it looks like... I mean, when
I'm
you
not
say
saying-
when you say
when
it
I-
looks like he's going...
You're in a very argumentative mood
Yeah,
today.
I am. Because I'm sick and tired of you.
I said it looks
I'm
like
s-
he's going to leave. I didn't say he's going. I didn't say I've seen the contract.
Right, well, it seemed that...
I haven't chatted to Big Ken. I've said I've seen the headlines that are linking him with a move away.
The tone in which you put that in the room was one of, yeah, he's off.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I'm
it
saying
was.
It's looking like... All right, so,
I'll admit
so
it, Jack.
tell me otherwise
I'm just
then.
tired of filming this podcast with you week in, week out.
Tell me
after
otherwise.
Norwich associate.
Tell me otherwise. Tell me you've seen the contract he's staying, is he?
I think Big Ken is staying.
Great. Well, all you have to do is say that.
Good.
All you have to do.
Well, there you go.
You've got to argue with me. And also...
Are we at the end of our tether?
Also,
I think this could be the end of TNC Podcast.
And also, Vengo bus driver Terry, I've got to admit, am I studying the future of Big Ken's contract in great detail? Am I losing sleep over it? No, I'm not.
All about opinions. Says, question, why is it Norwich always seem to concede such crappy, depressing goals? This is the point, though.
The first one was shambolic.
No, but again, at Leeds, we actually allowed Patrick Bamford to score. I mean, he's a dreadful player, okay? And then all of the Liverpool goals, they were on a silver platter. So
I actually think, considering the score, that the comments that we've received on here have actually been relatively positive.
Well, I think it's because we're at the point of delirium. Why are they from Texas Canaries? I think this is an interesting shout, actually. Lads, why can't the new football director get us a couple of good loans from Arsenal, or Wagner get his mate at Liverpool? This is quite an interesting one, isn't it, Jack? Because obviously Napper's come from Arsenal, right? Wagner is supposedly, although we now know for a fact that he's clearly not best mates with Klopp after the substitutions that were brought on against us at the weekend. We've not had an Arsenal player on loan. We've not had a Liverpool player on loan. But why is that?
Well, I'll tell you someone I'd like from Arsenal. Marquinhos.
He's Brazilian.
Great chant.
He's only on loan for a season.
He scored for us, didn't he?
We think he's fucking brilliant. Marquinhos.
Sometimes I think of moments in Norwich City history that are really deep rooted in the back of my brain somewhere, and they only pop up like every month.
What a stinker!
What a weird signing.
What a stinker that was. I mean, we've seen some stinkers. Come on, reel them off.
Ignacy Mikel. He was also from Arsenal.
Peter Thorne.
Okay, we're going there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Marquinhos is in the Peter Thorne bracket.
John Hartson. David Strahafka. I mean, I could reel these out all day. There's been some shockers, but Marquinhos
he wasn't
has
as bad
got
as
to be
that
up
lot.
there. Maybe put Hwang in there as well. We had the Hwang Howitzer against Watford.
Well,
apart from
and
that.
also, of course, I'm reading the Pinken and I'm seeing that Hwang might be returning.
Oh, surely not. Could you imagine?
Hashtag Hwang back. I mean, hopefully.
Oh, I can't do it. But actually, no, I can't. Don't. Oh, no.
But we had the moment against Watford. It was a lovely finish against QPR, Chris.
Seriously, if they bring Hwang back, considering what's going on, I will seriously question going for the rest of the season. No, I am being dead. You can't bring him back.
No.
I mean, surely not.
Well,
we're not at that point, are we?
The reason that the Hwang rumours are intensifying
Yes.
is because Adam Eder looks set for a move away.
Yes.
Are you going to argue with that point about the rumours?
No,
or?
I'm not. Because,
Fine.
No, I'm not, because they're not rumours.
Okay, so he's going, is he?
Well, look,
A little move to Italy.
as of the point of recording this, the green light has been given by Adam Eder's camp. Verona have made that official offer as per Paddy Davitt originally breaking. And it is just now waiting for Norwich City to just say yes. The interesting point here, Jack, hence your reason for bringing this up, is so we've not got Hwang anymore, probably thankfully.
Yeah.
By the way, do we maybe a bit of Marquinhos? Anyway, Adam Eder clearly is potentially going to go as well. Then surely we're a striker short, are we? Or do we just stick with Barnes and Sarge for the rest of the season?
I think it's light to be going with just those two. I mean, we're still at a point where Sargent isn't deemed fully match fit. Barnes is probably past his best. Like he's okay.
I mean, come on. It's not past. No. Come on. He's been playing in a struggling side, Jack. The tactics are all over the shop. The way he holds up the ball is brilliant. He's not played with Sarge for most of the season.
Is he in his prime? No. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, again, tone felt a bit harsh there, but it's fine.
What is wrong with you today?
Norwich City is what's wrong with me.
So, I do think we're a striker short.
Okay.
I think
So Napa needs to bring in another striker.
Well, we need to have an exciting final 3 days. That's what Ben said. Ben Napa said we'd have an exciting transfer window.
What I do want to say...
Nothing's happened.
What I do want to say about the Adam Eder situation and move, Jack,
so we're
is
thinking
that
it's
I'm
a
not
loan.
surprised.
No, I'm not either.
It's a loan with an option to buy, as of what I understand at this current point in time of recording, and I'm not surprised. Adam's been really burnt by Norwich City, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been occasions where he has been given opportunities to perform and maybe hasn't been as consistent as he would like to be, but for me, played in the wrong position, not given a consistent string of games, should have gone out on loan, had a loan move on the table, which then Norwich City didn't accept. And I think that really stopped his progress. And the thing that really frustrates me, and I know that you brought this up offline when we were having our coffee pre-pod, Jack, is you mentioned to me this is a classic case of Adam will move on from Norwich City and he'll be playing in a team with better players, with a head coach that truly believes in him, that plays him in his right position, that gives him ample opportunities, with supporters that don't give him unnecessary abuse.
Well, we don't know what the Verona fans are like.
And he will succeed. He will succeed at another football club. He will, and I don't blame him for wanting to move on now.
I think the thing with Eder is. He's got all of the attributes. He's quick, he's strong, he's good in the air.
I mean, look at him for Ireland. He's brilliant.
I do think he's one of those players that, if played in the right team and with the right setup, he is one of those where we go, cool, he's the one that got away. Equally, I don't think it's going to work for him at Norwich because, as you say, it's been so long since his breakthrough game against Preston to now. He's still arguably third choice. He's not as good as Sargent. I'd probably play him above Barnes. I get they're very different players. I don't think his opportunity is going to come here. If we can get a good price for him, and I think he is worth a bit, I think we do need to demand a decent fee. I mean, I'm looking at Verona. Well, they're 16th in Serie A, very much in a relegation scrap. I just really hope it works out for him.
Yeah,
good lad.
Yeah, me too.
Clearly talented. One of those where we go, shame it didn't work out.
And let's highlight that. Really good lad. Really good lad. Really wants to give everything to Norwich City Football Club. Has supported us with various charity endeavours for Big C.
And actually, this season, 7 goals, 3 or 4 of them match winners.
Goals per minutes ratio this season is brilliant, and that's obviously clearly attracted a team from Serie A. It speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
I'm actually kind of pleased, really, because it kind of sticks 2 fingers up to the people that don't rate him. Because he's got to be decent to attract attention from people actually qualified that run a club in Serie A.
And it also gives us, maybe we could have a holiday to Italy and go and watch him.
Maybe.
Get a Verona shirt. Coventry up next.
Yeah, so I'm worried about this, Jack, because but we have to be honest. We can't just brush over it.
Right.
I'm concerned about Coventry.
Okay.
I think obviously
Coventry.
Obviously, we should beat them. But here's my concern, Jack. We've just had 2 massive games, big spotlight games. Leeds away at Ellen Road. Return. Farke coming up against us. All those talented players. Liverpool at Anfield. The Klopp loving all of that stuff. Big games. Floodlights on. Brilliant. And then it's Coventry at home. And I will be very interested to see how the lads come out of the gates for this, because I think that this is one of those ones where you're going to need to really just switch on that motivation and the ability to bounce back from a couple of disappointing defeats on the road, a couple of huge games, as I say, where the pressure was on. I am worried about this Cov game, Jack. I really am.
They're in ridiculous form as well, actually. They're 6th in the table. Their last defeat was against Ipswich on the 2nd of December. Since then, they're unbeaten. A couple of really big wins in there. I went to the away game.
We are their bogey team, though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, when I went to the away game when Gibson scored an own goal late on, and Coventry were awful. So were we. They've obviously come on a long way since then. I think if we put in the performance that we did against West Brom and also Leeds, we beat Coventry.
Okay.
This is big, though. You know, I can almost allow the results that we've seen against Leeds and Liverpool, but we have to bounce back.
I agree with that. And
this is
it now, Jack. Every game now is vital. And by the way, the next two, so it's Cov at home, QPR away. And if we're serious about the playoffs, we need to win both of those two games.
Yeah, I agree.
I would actually go as far as saying, Jack, if we don't win both of these next two games, c'est la vie, adios, au revoir, goodbye.
Very good.
Good bloody bye to the playoffs. You've got to win these next two games.
Yeah, I agree.
For the taking.
If we say we lose to Coventry, they would then go 5 points ahead of us. It is all in the mix next couple of games.
This is it.
And it would be lovely to see us back up a really promising performance against Hull and West Brom. I know we've had Leeds in between there, but they're a really good side. Let's see us back it up. Let's see us put some consistency together.
We'd love that. And I do think that those performances against Hull and West Brom have kind of got the fans back up again as well. But don't get me wrong, after a couple of losses, it's quick to diminish again. But I don't think we're at that ground zero negative toxic place anymore, which is really good. That's really positive. So look, over to you boys. Please put in a positive display at home against Coventry. Please get those 3 points. Please give the fans something to sing about. If you give us a real spirited display, if you go and attack that game, we'll support you. And in turn, obviously, you'll put in a better display for us supporters. So let's hope that they can do something, Jack.
There we go. Another exciting thing happening this week is I'm finishing my 5k a day.
Yeah, and well done.
I've got 3 left.
Well done. 4, raising money for Norfolk Mind as well.
So we're nearly at £2,000.
How can people donate to support
I'll
Jack?
put the link. So I'm doing it all for Norfolk Waveney Mind. In the month of January, I've done dry January, which has actually been a lot easier than I thought. And the 5k a day, which has been brutal the last couple of weeks. Every single day, I've ran 5 kilometres. I've done it for mine. The links are in the description. If you've got a spare couple of quid, it'd be much appreciated.
Do that.
So I will be full of beans come Saturday.
Well done. Donate. And also, don't forget, if you've got to this point of the podcast, if you watch the TNC podcast regularly, share our launch post that we've put on social media with the hashtag Borja's Banger.
Or Borja Banger. We'll allow either.
Borja Banger, Borja's Banger.
Borja's Big Banger.
Borja's Big Banger.
There we go. Nervous for this week.
My message to Norwich fans is almost just fake some positives in your brain to just stay sane. That's my message to the Yellow Army.
It doesn't help when you're the one arguing with yourself.
Yeah, but I'm arguing with myself, so that's okay.
Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you at Carrow on Saturday. Stay locked into the TNC socials. We've got another big charity announcement coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Really looking forward to you all seeing that, and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.